I am Great Mother, Holy Spirit, Yin, Divine Mother, Cosmic Womb.
Hello, these readings are for those of us who are experiencing mama drama trauma, a condition in which I should say experiencing this lifetime, because it is a lifetime thing. It's not just kind of like this casual situation. Mama drama trauma, MDT. It is a condition in which the mother projects unhealed aspects of herself onto her child, causing emotional and or physical trauma. In cases where she is unable, unavailable, unwilling, not ready, she's not able. Many times she's unavailable because she's transitioned, from this life. So when she's not ready to heal her own MDT, because it is a cycle, loving detachment is required in order for the child to live a happy, healthy, and whole life. So somebody's got to break the cycle, right? That is what this channel is about. That is what Great Mother speaks to with regard to the oracle deck that she channeled through me. And so she speaks to all of her children. I have just really been serving in the capacity of working with this oracle deck to help us live in loving detachment. And what is that? Loving detachment is accepting what is. And what is that Mama Drama Trauma is a soul contract that we made with our mother and with all of the main characters involved, our father, specific siblings, aunties, uncles that are involved in this drama, okay? That allows us to evolve in two things: self-love and spiritual independence. So the soul gets to a point in its experiencing and its lifetimes that it recognizes that the lack of self-love is preventing its enjoyment of life, of its full potential in experiencing life. And in order to have self-love, we have to be forced to love ourselves. And the universe is so magnificent and so wise that, of course, it's through experiencing mama drama trauma that one is forced to learn to love oneself. What could be a better teacher? It is through this experience of mama drama trauma, however, that also in the glorious beauty and just majesty, this eloquence, that we develop spiritual independence. In other words, to love ourselves truly is to connect to Great Mother Father God in the way that feels right to us. We are divine children. And the invocation for the Great Mother Speaks Oracle deck for all readers and for those of you who receive the readings is, I am a divine child of the Great Mother Father God who is dearly loved. I am a dearly loved child of the Great Mother Father God. That means anything that I experience, anything that I look upon, that I hear, that I smell, that I taste, that I touch, that touches me, that happens to me, or that I experience in any way, affirms that. Get into that. It affirms that. Anything. Mama drama trauma. My mother beating me affirms that I am a dearly loved child of the Great Mother Father God. How is that? Because I know I'm a dearly loved child of the Great Mother Father God, I am never judged, condemned, or left alone. And so, if anything in my experience smacks of that, that experience is something that is telling me that I'm not in alignment with my identity. And so I have to go within to connect with that. We hear a lot about the law of attraction and cause and effect and how we create our experience. The problem is, because we don't know that we are truly divine gods and goddesses, we talk a bunch of smack. But because we don't truly know that, we don't take responsibility for that identity. We don't fully take responsibility for it. We drop off. When it's not fun anymore, we drop off on that. That don't mean that no more. Yeah, that's what it means. We have to connect with it in order to benefit, in order to receive all the benefits of that identity. That's why the deck has gods and goddesses in it, our brothers and sisters. There are so many gods and goddesses. When I was making this deck, you see how big this book is? I have books of gods and goddesses. I mean, it's just because we all are. Okay, we all have our hero and our heroine's journey. we all do. It's just who is willing to go there is who gets remembered as an archetype. Who's willing to go there? Who's willing to do it? And that's what this deck is about. That's what these readings are about, is who amongst us is really willing to fully go there and embrace that divinity that says that if I'm experiencing this divinity as something that's telling me I am condemned, I am unworthy, I am to be shamed, I am to be blamed for something, I'm to be guilted for something, there is something within me that is creating that experience, even as a child. Because Great Mother, Father, God, they don't see us as anything other than the invocation of who we are. There is no age. There is no, all that stuff. No, you're a divine child, whether you are in embryo or the physical manifestation is a reflection of who you are and who you have created yourself to be. We are a reflection of our souls. That's why we talk about the chakras, the energy centers that are the connective tissue to the souls that we are a part of. Don't worry. We are but one skull that will soon be in the ground that our soul has had. It's just that in this one, are we going to choose to take that journey that the soul intends to take with this contract to evolve in self-love and spiritual independence? That's it. That's it. Is it an easy journey? Absolutely not. So what facilitates it is the spiritual independence, is that personal relationship with the Great Mother, Father, God, that is not about the polarity of good and bad or good and evil. There's no such thing as evil. There is ignorance of the law, okay? People either do things that are out of the flow of love and creation because they're ignorant of it. And we all have been there because we all are evolving. That's why we're never judged and condemned. How can you be judged and condemned and that's what you're here for, to evolve? Doesn't make sense. So divinity, identity is about the polarity of yin and yang energy. Great Mother, Father, God energy. So we talk about the moon, that emotional aspect. Of course, our sun sign is that ego. It is that outer expression of the soul, which in Great Mother speak is not a negative thing. The ego is necessary. It's the vehicle that the soul needs to have to be in this earthly classroom, which is a dense space. It's a very abrasive space. And so no one is denying that. Why would we? We're divine. We can handle it. If we're taught that we can't, however, it complicates things, and things have been complicated due to this ignorance, due to this perceptual evil or whatever. And now we're coming to an age where we're realizing that the true polarity has to do with energy. It's the electromagnetic field. And this is very, very exciting. And this is where the Great Mother Speaks Oracle deck enters. And so I hope that you enjoy this reading at this particular time, especially as we enter the year 2020. Gemini, this is your Vedic moon sign reading. If you're Gemini moon in the Vedic, more than likely you are Cancer in the Western. So you want to check the links below to double check on that. What's coming up for you at this particular time that your soul wants to work on is Sheila Nagig energy. This is open energy. This is energy, the portal through into worlds. Okay, and so the world of the born and the unborn, the portal of the deep, dark cosmic womb that we speak of with regard to Great Mother energy. Great Mother energy is not a god or a goddess. Great Mother is the mother of all mothers. And Sheila Nagig is coming through as one of those crone mothers with this waning gibbous moon energy. Your soul is really wanting to open itself up. It's wanting you to open your heart, specifically with heart chakra energy. It's wanting to really expand itself in ways that it hasn't expanded itself before with regard to this particular time. It's wanting to share itself more, but it doesn't know how. What's bringing this up is that there's a sense of personal power that you have. There's a sense of this waxing gibbous moon energy that is all about, yeah, it's personal power, but you're processing, because it's gut chakra energy, you're processing this sense of personal power. You're processing this sense of why you need to open your heart. There's a block there. And this sense of you asserting your birthright to be happy, healthy, and whole is coming up as a reality for you. And you're realizing that in order to fully express it in your life and in the world, your heart needs to open more. And so there's this silent prayer for guidance with regard to that. In your shadow position, what you may not realize is that either you need to let Great Mother just kind of take you on this internal journey so that you can see how to open your heart on your own, or with this premortal womb energy, another waning gibbous moon card, you may not realize that the ways that you are now being asked to share your personal power, it's not so much about you controlling it, but you just doing it, and in the situation, you will know what to do. Each step of the way, you will know what to do. There's a sense of really wanting to share yourself, Gemini moon sign people, really wanting to heal others. The sense of you healing yourself is very strong as well. And Great Mother is saying that this personal power that you are awakening to and what you want in the position is awakening. This Pele card, the Mayan goddess of the volcanic eruption, of this awareness that's coming as a result of emotions that haven't been recognized in the past. And you are wanting to recognize these emotions. You're wanting to awaken to them with love, with self-love. And you're really, really excited about it. And what's supporting you in doing this is a sense of surrender. Your heart is surrendered. Your heart is really wanting to open. Your heart is opening. And Great Mother wants you to realize that because your heart is opening, you are awakening to emotions that you haven't had before about wanting to be of service to others in ways that you haven't in the past. You have probably been a healer in the past, but you have not necessarily been a healer that has really worked so deeply with Great Mother energy, this primordial womb energy that is going to allow you to share more of yourself, to share more of your personal power by being guided in the moment as opposed to trying to. I get this sense of this kind of mercurial energy that's really more of a Virgo energy as opposed to a Gemini energy with this reading that's really wanting to organize things. When that's not really what's being called for, because the present state of the ego soul alignment is Ishtar, the prostitute card. What's being called for at this particular time is to honor where you are, and where you are, this full moon second chakra energy. You are in this place of fully expressing who you are, whether it is right or wrong to you or anybody else. You are in that space. And Great Mother is encouraging you with the card above it, which is also second chakra, to allow the experiences that you're having in that space of self-approval, of self-acceptance, to just be what it is. On the other hand, if you are conflicted about it, because that's very possible with Ishtar. Ishtar, the prostitute card, is all about the scene in The Wizard of Oz when Dorothy is running back to the farm and she's struggling with the gate to get back to the farmhouse to find Aunt Em and Uncle Henry. She's doing that in reaction to a comment that Professor Marvel makes that guilts her into returning home after she has initiated her healing journey. How often does that happen? We start on our healing journey of MDT and then we're triggered and then we go back right into the toxicity. We go back. And that's for a lot of reasons. You know, we are bound. We are bonded with our mother, that mother bond. And that is a soul bond, but we don't understand the nature of it is really to heal us and to go on this healing journey, which Adi Shakti, the primordial mother, incarnates as the twister to keep Dorothy on that journey. It's not time for her to go home yet. And so it's not time for you to be the judge and the jury of yourself. It's not time for you to allow others to be the judge and jury of you and struggling with that gate to get back to, okay, am I okay? Am I okay? Is it okay for me to heal? More than likely, you're going to get the answer no, and this judgment again. So if you're on that end of the continuum, open your heart. Just open your heart, because we see open broken here. That might be for you a heart breaking. Your heart might really be breaking with that realization coming up for you that that's what needs to happen. That you need to surrender your heart. Chakra energy needs to surrender to this energy of your true desire and connecting with Great Mother to just take over the situation, the healing situation, moment by moment. And those moment by moment directives are coming to you intuitively, and you may be questioning them, and Great Mother saying, yep, what you got, what needs to happen in this moment in order for you to assert your personal power. Yep, that's what needs to happen. So if you're feeling that you need a little bit more time and space, that's what needs to happen. If you're feeling that nothing needs to be said about this situation and to just let it ride, that's what needs to happen. If you are getting the assertion that you're still just feeling guilted and you're still feeling victimized by this situation, this is why your soul wants to open its heart. You know intellectually there's more for you in life and that you're not a victim, but that your heart is blocked because you keep being triggered by these things. Well, then Great Mother is saying in the position of why you want to do this work, there's a new seed that's being planted in terms of reversing that scenario, in terms of reversing those neural nets that have created that way of thinking, that way of processing in your mind. Now, I see that you have 3 second chakra cards, and so this does have to do with desires all centered around trusting yourself and the soul wanting you to just open your heart in order to do that. How your soul wants to do it in that position is the law of soul guidance and guardianship. Trust the guidance that's coming up for you, Gemini moon sign people. This is single yin heart chakra energy. Receive the guidance. Third quarter moon is just release everything right now in this moment that is keeping you from trusting the guidance that's coming up for you. This is Christ consciousness. This is divinity on steroids. This is the lesson that he came to teach us. The consciousness that we are to have is that we are divine children of the great Mother, Father, God, who are dearly loved, never judged, condemned, or left alone. There are consequences for our actions. That's karma. And again, that's not about good or bad. That's yin and yang. You know, it's about, balance, clarity, confirmation. What is helping us stay into this place for you at this particular time of owning who you are? The prostitute is who we all are in the material world. We all have to give something of ourselves materially in exchange of something materially. We all have to do that. The only question is how we do it. Do we do it in a way that dishonors us, or do we do it in a way that honors us? Christ consciousness, in terms of opening your heart, this is a heart chakra law card, third quarter moon card, releasing things from your heart that keep you stuck in MDT, that keep you stuck in this victimization. Your outcome as a result of doing that is throat chakra energy. So it might be something that needs to be said. Hecate crescent moon card is the challenge. Is the crossroads. And the crossroads is a challenge because you're at the crossroads and you're making a decision. So your outcome is that you're making a decision to speak your truth. The crossroads is making a decision whether or not to follow our emotions, which are governed by our ego, our physical experience, our senses, our sensory information, how we are taking in the physical material world around us, and our thoughts about that. That's the ego. And so the ego uploads these emotions to the soul. And the soul downloads its intuitive response. Fifth chakra energy is heart above energy. So this response is in your throat. It's stuck in your throat. And it needs to come out. You need to pay attention to your throat because your gut chakra is awakened to your higher self. It is asserting its power. It's just coming up through a heart that is opening through surrender. And so the more you open it through surrender, Gemini moon sign people, you're going to intuitively feel this, and you're going to feel it in a sense of protection. You're going to be feeling a sense of protection, and that you're being guided to speak whatever needs to be said in order for that heart to open, in order for you to accept whatever brokenness needs to be accepted at this particular time, so that you can live your true desire and trust your gut moving forward more than you have in the past. This is a very exciting time for you, and so I hope that that has been helpful. Thanks for watching. Above all and most of all, remember, Great Mother loves you, and I do too.
Great Mother speaks. I am Great Mother, Holy Spirit, Yin, Divine Mother, Cosmic Moon, Deep Space, the Moon, Dark Matter, the Void, the Black Hole, Hathor, Isis, Diana, Mami Ishtar, Kali, Mammy, and Mother Mary.
Great Mother speaks to us in raw, realistic